What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great day. Had an early one myself today, so came home, thought I was going to record this linebacker video, which I'm going to do as soon as I get off here, but that will be posted later tonight. But we had some Eagles news, so we're here live, and we're going to talk about it. So appreciate you all taking the time, hitting the like button, subscribing, commenting, whatever you're doing to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough. But I hope you're all having a great week so far, a great day. But let's jump right into this news here. And reportedly, Brandon Graham is negotiating a one-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, as Derek Gunn reports. Now, I'll be real with you. You know, I had to take a certain someone to the woodshed a couple of years ago. Look, it's tough during the offseason. People are going to report. You have all these little kids that all the Eagles fans follow now and support to, spread misinformation and hot takes every offseason. So it's hard to find what's real and not, right? So that's what the purpose of this show is. If you come here, you're always going to get the facts. I'm not ever going to be one of those little kids who tells you, my sources told me. Like, they got to get an actual source before they have a source telling them something. I think they missed that step there, but that's all right. One of those people that I do like to trust is Derek Gunn. Now, over the last couple of years, we've talked about the fact that, well, I really don't trust anyone. I do my own work. I have my own sources, and I find out things for myself. But we've talked about this already. Brandon Graham is someone that wants to come back, and it's just really up to the Eagles whether they want him to come back. So, as Derek Gunn reports here, let's take a look. According to sources, the Eagles and Brandon Graham are still negotiating a one-year deal for what will be his 15th and final NFL season. Shows you how much respect Eagles have for BG. Rarely does a DN play his entire career with one team. Now, we all know that Brandon Graham, I don't have to explain how his career started out. You remember he was one of those people, the fans, got to fire him, cut everybody, trade everyone. He was one of those. Thank God. Just like with Jason Kelsey, we did not get rid of these people. We allowed them to develop, and he became one of my favorite Eagles of all time. So love this dude. And, we talked about it. He's still playing at a very high level. And the great part about it is you've got guys in front of him. So he is, a depth rotational piece where, just like we talked about with Fletcher, that's where I'd like him to go if he comes back. But you've got, if he does, if this is, and when it happens, if it does officially happen, I will let you know. But let's take a look at this depth chart for the defense we've been talking about this offseason. And you see 12 starters here due to the fact that I show you the 5-man fronts that we've been running for. This will be the 4th year now. So you can see everyone in green is a free agent. Anyone that is gray is a reserve future guy. Obviously, the guys in white are under contract. But when you're looking at the edge guys, you see that Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, Nolan Smith, Patrick Johnson are the only guys under contract. Now, Brandon Graham, obviously the only free agent there. And then you've got a bunch of reserve future guys in Okwara, Jackson, and then Brandon Smith and Terrell Lewis as well are those tweener-type linebackers that more so edge guys that play in this multiple scheme defense. They fit what we're trying to do. We'll see if they can continue to develop and maybe make this team. But you can see if you bring back Brandon Graham, you've got yourself, 9 guys competing for, 4 or 5 jobs there. And again, we just talked about this the other day, the edge guys in free agency. Go check that video out. I'll post it down below, but you could definitely add some pieces as well. It doesn't have to just be BG and all these guys. And I talked about wanting BG back. So not just him, but you can look in the draft to get younger. We did that with Nolan Smith, knowing that Reddick and Sweat were coming into contract years. You saw the media so surprised. Look, I try to keep you up to date. I know a lot of people get upset with the truth and the facts, but I don't understand why we would want to follow people that always make stuff up and never have any idea about all of these things. Like, I make shows years and months in advance, and then we got to talk about it. And it's like, that's why I said it. It's hilarious to me, but BG, very hopeful that, you are indeed coming back. And obviously we know that this dude wants to spend his final year here. So that's what I'm talking about. Now, got that out of the way. Obviously, if it's a one-year deal, he's going to sign for a very small amount and probably be around $1 million, $1.5 million on the cap. So don't even sweat it. I'll have all that updated stuff once the numbers come out. So don't fear if that does happen. I'll show you all of that. But one of the things, we're working our way through every position during the free agent show, the series there with all of those shows. And we're on the defense, and linebackers will be out in a few hours. I'm going to record it as soon as this one's over and then wait a little bit and then I'll post it. But look, this team's going to be adding a lot. We're going to be having a lot of fun. And one of the positions, is safety. Obviously, I just mentioned linebacker. That's clearly something the Eagles need. But safety, Justin Simmons being released today, we talked about him as a trade candidate. Oh, baby. But there's other guys out there. And we talked about, some of these guys that would get franchise tagged, like an Antoine Winfield. But you've still got guys out there that get me pretty excited. You've got cornerback. Dude, I've been working on all the shows. And let me tell you, I hope you've been checking those shows out because lots of talent in free agency. And the next few shows are loaded. Linebacker, a really exciting one. I've got 22 fits out of the 89 free agents. Every single one of them you'll get to see. And then I think there's 89 corners as well, which is weird. But, dude, we're going through all of them. But let's hear what's on your mind. What do you guys think? For me, we're going to add a safety. We're going to add a linebacker. I've been talking about it during the shows, whether that's, in free agency and the draft. I think a little of both for both of those positions. But go watch those shows. It's every single position: quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, O-line, D-line, edge rushers, all of those positions that I have out so far, talking about what the Eagles have there, what they should add, what they should look to do. So, Dylan, my man, appreciate you tuning in. And, D-Gun, I know you guys have seen me taking him and plenty of Eagles reporters and all the content creators to the woodshed past couple of years because it's just new world. Misinformation, getting the clicks by posting fake stuff. I'm not a fan of it. But when it's something like this that we can talk about if there's some truth to it, oh, yeah, there's truth to it. Now, when you talk about McKinney and Simmons, there's truth to it because I've told you all season, all last year. Wait till you see the cap space we have. Had a show literally as soon as the offseason started, 15 ways to create cap space. Talked about Byard, talked about Maddox. We talked about 13 other players. Go check the show out and you'll see what other moves are coming. We'll talk about all of them as they happen, but we have cap space. We have lots to do here. So Xavier, McKinney, Justin Simmons, they're going to be high on my list. I can promise you that. But don't fear, this safety and cornerback show will be out this weekend. We'll have all of that ready for free agency. And then on Monday, when I get home from work, we'll break everything down that has happened so far with the tampering period. And I'll keep you up to date throughout next week. But let's go, baby. BG, come on back home now. So you're for it. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in here. And so much talent's being let go. Well, that's just part of that sicko season. And that's why I talk about being patient. Everybody, season's over. We got to fire and cut. We don't have this. And it's like, holy shit. Free agency begins on the 13th. Then we have the draft in April. Like, we haven't even started yet, and everybody's giving up. Holy shit. Strap in, baby. Howie is getting ready to ride. And we've got plenty of cap space, plenty of draft picks. And, I've tried to show everyone for a long time now. But, we got to wait for everyone to take my work until everyone figures out what's going on. So it's like, any day now. Hope they don't take Berkeley and re-sign Swift. Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I've seen all the misinformation stuff. Yeah, I tell you guys, I'm not going to do shows on that stuff. Only stick around for, hey, appreciate you. This is only going to be about a 15-minute video. So I appreciate you taking the time, Nina. Hope you're having a great day. Good afternoon to you as well, CJ, my man. Hope you had a good one. Had a nice early day today. Got to come home around a little after lunch. Strapped in, ready to talk some birds with you. And had to get a little cleaned up first, but gonna get that linebacker video out. Your asses better be checking it out because it is filled with information. Go Birds! Appreciate you tuning in, little G. And look, get excited, man. Don't listen to the media. The fans have no idea how anything works. Like, I've seen the misery. I don't care. I don't. Last year sucked. But no one cares. We've moved on. We're ready for this year. Don't believe these people say, hey, yeah, it's not for me. But you guys saw that. Broke down that running back show. I think my number 1 was Swift. I think number 2 was Barkley, or 3 was Barkley, whatever it was. But, I want DeAndre Swift back. But, yeah, each week, every single day, you're going to see some D-bag. Well, the Eagles are signing this guy. They've been talking with this guy, and they're not even allowed to talk to him. But yet they're talking to him somehow. And, only the guys that are not, currently under contract or their contract is ending once the free agency begins, like those people can sign, like Zach Ertz. Like, I don't understand why I saw someone today. They made something up about Michael Thomas, and Michael Thomas flipped out on him, dude. They were like, oh, the Saints are cutting Michael Thomas. And I'm reading it. I'm like, Saints are cutting Michael. I'm like, didn't we just fucking talk about him the other day? He's a free agent. This is a Saints reporter that has no idea that Michael Thomas is a free agent. Michael Thomas goes off on him. Hilarious. But dog, what are we doing here? The misinformation is at an all-time high, and every offseason the fans love it, and the media keeps pushing them. Not you sickos. I know you guys hate it because we're a very small group, and the truth pisses a lot of people off. So I know this isn't for everybody, and that's okay, because I can't stand the other shit. I can't stand the media always making stuff up about A.J. Brown, talking shit about Jalen Hurts, hating everyone on our team, cut, fire, trade everyone. That stuff's just not for me, man. I prefer knowing what's actually going on and getting things right. I enjoy, this will be my 6th year I'm going for predicting who the Eagles take with their first pick. I mean, I've shown you how we were going to get Reddick. I mean, even Bradbury back then. What didn't I talk about DeAndre Swift trading for him? I mean, you can go back, and it's like, there's no one even holding a candle to what I'm doing, but we got to play this game where I'm not saying that stuff to offend anyone. I'm just saying, I know that, the media told you this and that's how it goes. But for me, I prefer actually, going back, checking resumes and the work of people and saying, well, who actually gets stuff right and knows what they're talking about? Who knows the cap? Who taught all of Eagles media and content creators how the cap works? I did. I mean, I have changed the game. I have forced these people to actually start understanding what the hell's going on. They don't even know Hassan Reddick's an off-ball linebacker. I still see that shit. Just saw another one talking about how we're cutting Fletcher Cox. He's a free agent, dog. It's insane that these people have thousands upon thousands of followers, and everything they say gets thousands of likes. And it's like, no wonder nobody knows what's going on, and they hate everybody on the team and fire Howie, trade Hurts. Like, just had a trade Hurts one this morning, and it's like, God help us all, dude. So for you sickos, Tiffany, all of you who enjoy coming here, talking the facts, enjoying knowing what's actually going on with the roster, what it looks like, who plays where, how the cap works, not having to cry and whine every day like the media does, I love you. I appreciate you, because I thought we were doomed. Once I started this for the first few years, obviously I wasn't on YouTube at first, but I couldn't find any diehard fans. It was everybody hated the Eagles unless they were winning. And it was just like, whoa, this ain't how I grew up. Those people would have never, ever lasted if they ever went to the vet. You could tell they're just a new breed. But, for me, Big Hirsch trying to, I guess he's in here trying to get it. Hey, hold on 1 second. Herschel wants out of here. But, yeah. And look, man, they're always going to make stuff up, and I'm always going to stand in front of it. We call it taking them to the woodshed. Hold on, let me put this up and see what the hell's going on here. Herschel, get up out of here. What is he? Oh, hello. Oh, well, we've got a beautiful woman in my home. So I told you I was going to keep it around 15 minutes. That is exactly what we are about to do, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to get rolling out of here, but keep in mind, and let me show you something. That was one of the things I wanted to do, was show you this here. Like, you keep hearing people say we're doomed, we don't have this, that. Just tell them to watch this show. You can literally see we have 16 draft picks the next 2 years. We have $41.9 million in cap space currently, and all the stuff with Maddox will get figured out, and BG and all that. Don't worry. But as I've told you, we're going to create even more space. And yeah, you got to sign draft picks. That only costs a few. I'll have all the numbers before anyone else does. I'll tell you the draft picks, how much they're going to cost before we even draft them. That's just what I do here, and you'll have to wait until someone steals it probably to see it. But if you tune in here, you know you're going to get all this information. And I feel bad when people say, like, oh, I didn't know we had this player, or I had no clue how much cap we had. And I'm like, damn, dog, like, I don't know what shows you watch or what you're listening to, but if you ever get into football, or if you ever like Eagles stuff, tune in here, man, because every day I keep you up to date with literally every single person on the team. If we sign a practice squad guy, we hire an assistant coach, you're going to get a video. I mean, I break everything down, and I feel horrible that people have absolutely no idea what's going on. And I wish, those people before they spoke like experts would just maybe get a basic understanding of what's going on. But Well, what are we going to do? They're just going to keep making shit up and they'll get all the, attention they need and they'll get all their clicks and then we'll all have to deal with it. Go Birds. Appreciate you tuning in, China. And Herschel really is. And I've always said that, this is the world, God's gift back to me for everything I did to my mother and father, the insanity they dealt with. That is exactly what me and Chelsea now get to endure with Herschel. But I will tell you the most hilarious comment was the other day with China when you said that Herschel is what the media and fans think AJ Brown is. And I told Chelsea, and we were busting up laughing so hard. That was a fantastic comment. I loved every second of it. And I'm actually working on a new graphic for Herschel's hot takes. If you guys remember that graphic I used to have and his face would pop, he's gonna be part of the show again. He wants to be so badly lately, so we're just gonna give in. We're gonna give him what he wants. But yes, indeed, my man, and it's exactly what we're talking about. And no, he won't be cheaper. He's still gonna be one of the premier safeties, but you don't have to trade for him now. And love to see that love being shared. I will definitely tell her you said hello, Tiffany. And look, guys, I'm going to get rolling out. She must be home from a little break here because I know she works at like 7:30 tonight. So I'll be rolling out. I'm going to record that linebacker video when she goes back, and then I will drop it a little later tonight. We're going to space these videos out a little bit, but tune into that one. It is filled with information. We need linebackers, so definitely check that one out. But if you're waiting and you need some content there, ladies and gentlemen, that free agent series, we've got all of the offense, edge rushers, interior defensive linemen. Go check it out. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great rest of your day. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in here. Some of you sneaking in at work, just getting off. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever it is. Maybe you're watching later. Love to hear from you. Feel free to comment down below. You can always hit like, subscribe, whatever your heart desires, but I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!